Okay, friends, today our topic is electron transport chain. As the name indicates, it is a chain. It is a chain of what? It is a chain of proteins or enzymes which are also called as complexes. The functions of that chain are those enzymes or proteins to transport electrons. From where does these electrons come? These electrons come from NADH or FADH2. So, what is the purpose of electron transport chain? When electrons are transported from one complex or from one enzyme to another enzyme of the electron transport chain, then energy is released. That energy will pump protons from mitochondrial matrix into the intermembrane space. It is mitochondrial matrix, it is intermembrane space, and electron transport chain is located in this inner membrane of mitochondria. This is outer membrane of mitochondria, this is inner membrane, and these finger-like projections are called as cristae, and these cristae contain components of electron transport chain. This is mitochondrial matrix, and this is intermembrane space between these two membranes, this space. So when electrons flow from one component of electron transport chain to another component, then energy is released. That energy will pump protons from this mitochondrial matrix into the intermembrane space. Once they enter into the intermembrane space, they cannot enter again into the mitochondrial matrix, but they accumulate here and electrochemical gradient is produced. So then they try to find another way to go in again into the mitochondrial matrix. Then they enter through the fifth component of electron transport chain, that is ATP synthase. So when they enter through ATP synthase, then ATP is formed. So now we will study this electron transport chain in detail. So now we will study in detail about electron transport chain. Actually, electron transport chain consists of five enzymes or proteins that are also called as complexes, and these are fixed, and it contains two mobile carriers, that is coenzyme Q. One is other is cytochrome C. So the complex one, which is also called as NADH dehydrogenase or NADH coenzyme Q oxidoreductase. What is the function of this complex? This complex actually consists of FMN and iron sulfur centers, many iron sulfur centers. This complex will get two protons and two electrons from NADH. These electrons will flow from complex 1. From first they will be given to FMN, then iron sulfur center. From there they will enter into the coenzyme Q. So this enzyme is actually dehydrogenating NADH, that's why it is called as NADH dehydrogenase. Dehydrogenation means removal of hydrogen, so it is removing hydrogen from the NADH, that's why it is NADH dehydrogenase, or it is also called as NADH coenzyme Q oxidoreductase. This oxido part is for NADH and reductase part is for CoQ. Actually, this enzyme is functioning. This enzyme has two functions. One is oxidation of NADH, means removal of electron or proton. Removal of electron or proton. Removal of electron from any compound is called as oxidation. So this enzyme is oxidizing NADH because it is removing electron from the NADH, and addition of electron to any compound is called as reduction. So this enzyme is adding electrons to coenzyme Q, that's why it is reducing coenzyme Q. So that's why it is also oxidase for NADH and it is reductase for coenzyme Q. So when these two electrons will be given to mobile carrier coenzyme Q, it is also called as ubiquinone. This ubiquinone will give its electrons to complex 3. It will bypass complex 2. Complex 3 consists of two components, cytochrome B and cytochrome C1. Cytochrome B C1 oxidoreductase. So it is complex 3, or it is also called as cytochrome B C1 complex or cytochrome B C1 oxidoreductase. Because this is oxidizing cytochrome, this enzyme is oxidizing cytochrome B because it is removing electron from cytochrome B and adding these electrons to cytochrome C. Actually, these electrons came from here. That's why then these two electrons are given to the complex 4, which consists of iron and copper. First given to the iron, then copper. Then from the complex 4, these two electrons will be given to oxygen, which is present actually in mitochondrial matrix. Suppose it is the part of mitochondrial matrix. So this reaction will be occurring here because these electron transport chain are present in the inner membrane space. So in the inner membrane of mitochondria, so it will be, suppose it as the inner membrane, so here will be the outer membrane, so this space will be called as intermembrane space. So once these electrons are transport when electrons are transporting from one complex to another complex, then energy is released. That energy will cause to pump proton from mitochondrial matrix into the intermembrane space. So four protons will be pumped when electrons are moving from complex 1 to complex 3 via coenzyme Q. So four protons from mitochondrial matrix will be pumped into the intermembrane space. So when electrons are given from complex 3 to complex 4, again four protons will be pumped into the intermembrane space. And when electrons are given from complex 4 to oxygen, then again energy is released that will pump two proton into the intermembrane space. These protons will try to enter into the mitochondrial matrix again, but it is the inner membrane is impermeable, so they cannot enter through by passive diffusion. So they will enter through ATP synthase, which consists of two components. One is F0 component, which acts as transporter, which only transports proton. Other is F1 component, which acts as enzyme, which consists of alpha units, beta subunits, and other subunits. Alpha and beta subunits have many binding sites. On some binding sites, ADP, adenosine diphosphate, is attached. On other, inorganic phosphate is attached. As when the protons are moving from the F0 component, then it will cause to rotate F1 component, which has subunit alpha and beta. Especially, they will rotate. When they will rotate, then ATP will be formed. That's why this process is also called as oxidative phosphorylation, because in first step oxidation of NADH occur, means removal of hydrogen or removal of electrons occur from the in the first step, and in the last step phosphorylation occur. Phosphorylation means addition of phosphate to any compound. So in the last step phosphate is added into the ADP. So when NADH will causes to pump proton from the mitochondrial matrix into the intermembrane space, these proton when enter through ATP synthase, they will produce 3 ATP. But what is for FADH? FADH2 actually produce 2 ATP. FAD directly gives its proton its electrons and protons to complex 2. It will bypass complex 1, then to coenzyme Q, then complex 3, then it is similar as like NADH. But what is there is another difference. When electrons are moving from complex 2 to complex 3 via coenzyme Q, then energy will not be released so much that will pump proton into the intermembrane space. So here no proton will be pumped, but in the next step 4 protons, and in the last step 2 protons. So total number of protons pumped is 6 for FADH2, and these 6 proton when enter through ATP synthase, which is also called as complex 5, then they will produce 2 ATP. So it was the electron transport chain. It is also called as oxidative phosphorylation.